Hey, really quick, before the vid starts, this is the third part of the series. To understand everything I'm doing better, you should watch the two previous parts, linked at the top right of your screen. Alright, grab a snack and enjoy. 40 days ago, 1st of August, 1995. Launching fireworks, upgrading the Satsuma, and drinking beer. My summer life was at its peak. Now, I've got a medal that I earned. What medal, you might be asking? Well, let's go 40 days back. If you remember in the previous episode, which if you haven't watched, please do before you watch this one, I went to Fleetarine to install the roll cage so I can qualify for the rally. Now, I'm going to Drunkman so I can sell him his batch of Kiryu and then checking if my Satsuma is ready for pickup. Turns out, it isn't, but since I'm here, I collected the fish from the fish trap I have under the bridge and went home to cook them. But I forgot one main thing. Grandma doesn't always want fish, like Drunkman wants Kiryu. So all that fish went bad, and I ended up throwing them away. I went into Satsuma and saw that the roll cage was looking great in it. With the roll cage out of the list, let's move on to the final part, the bucket seats. Only did I know the seats weren't going to be the last thing I tinker with before the rally. I got up, got on my Satsuma, and went to Drunkman once again. To sell Kiryu, of course. After that, I went to Temu's because I ran out of Kiryu and I wanted to make more. At this point, I had done quite a few kilometers after changing my oil. And let's just say, its time was up. So I changed the oil on the spot and went on my merry way. After that, I decided to go hand some things to Grandma. I didn't earn much from her, but hey, we don't help our grandmas to earn money. I turned on my car so it would warm up while I took a smoke break, and my water pump went bad. I took off the alternator belt so it wouldn't break and so the squeaking noise would stop. But having no alternator belt means that my car is not charging and that it's not getting cooled down, which basically means I'd have to swiftly get home so the Satsuma doesn't burn to a crisp. Again. The water pump went bad. Then we overheat because of the water pump. And then the rocker shaft. I might as well dump this car in the junkyard. I went to Fleetarine with the tractor to collect my van and go to the landfill to get my juice bottles so I can brew more Kiryu. Somehow, when I came back home from Grandma's with the Satsuma, my exhaust pipe said it had enough and just fell off the car. Now it was raining, my Satsuma not running and me being home. I wanted to organize all my brewed Kiryu, so I pulled into the garage with the van and got everything sorted. Fire extinguisher! Yay, thank god I looked at that. Time to go to Temu's. I didn't have anything to eat and I also wanted to fill up my diesel canister plus my van. And then, something I really was in need of right now. The firewood guy asking me to bring him, well, some firewood. Before I do that, I wanted to go grab my moped from town. Then I went to Fleetarine so I can get my tractor back home. I will need it if I want to deliver firewood. Morning of day 63, I started up a fire and grilled some sausages. All I need now is to fix my Satsuma and see how much horsepower it makes. Today is Sunday. Since everything is closed and I can't get my water pump fixed, I decided I should probably cut some wood and head towards the firewood guy. I also took some Kiryu with me, so I sold that as well. For the rest of day 63, I sat near the phone, hoping anybody would ask me to empty their crap or something. Anyways, day 64, I went in my garage and put the battery back in the Satsuma. I started it up and headed to Fleetarine. I unbolted the water pump and bolted the new one back in. I also put the alternator belt back on, tightened it with the alternator, and boom, the car was up and running again. I drove to the town, but was surprised to see that when I let the car idle, it died. I thought I was finally done with this thing, but yet again, another problem.
lmao, I'm telling you, man, I literally got it from Fleetari yesterday. And before that, it was running just fine, man. Definitely pulled out a plug or something. Look at the state of my Satsuma. I even broke the windshield by accident.
I've had this issue before where either the carburetor or the distributor tune is off and the car doesn't run that well. So I decided to give tuning a try. I checked to see if the choke is off, because the car runs just fine with the choke on, but when I turned it off, the RPMs fell, as expected, because that's what's supposed to happen. But then, the Satsuma died. Then, I sat over the engine and thought of possible ways to fix this. Maybe I had wrongly tuned the distributor, or do we have another problem? I thought that I should just get the Satsuma back home. I lowered the handbrake, pressed in the clutch, put it in reverse, and the car died again. On my way home, I wanted to confirm that it was indeed a tuning problem, so I stepped on it, and I was not getting the kind of power I expected. Every time I pressed in the clutch and let the RPMs drop, it stalled. Again and again. And then, the icing on the cake, it died one last time when I got home. I let the Satsuma be for a little bit. I wanted to go get my van back from Fleetari. That is the reason I brought the moped back. So I wore my helmet, started the moped up, and went on my way. I loaded up the moped in the back of the van and drove back home. Day 65. I woke up, took out the kitchen fuse because the fridge had nothing in it, so it's just wasting electricity at this point. And then I filled up the empty juice bottles with Killy because it was done brewing. It started raining again. I cranked up the Satsuma, pulled the choke out, and then went to Fleetari. Honestly, I thought there was something wrong with the engine, but when I pulled it out, everything seemed in order. Confused, I searched up my symptoms. I was going in a circle again. I found that either the pistons or the crankshaft is done for. But I checked both. The crankshaft was recently changed, if you remember, and the pistons didn't even have a hint of darkness in them. Again, after the rebuild, I tried flooring it. Something was still off. I'm determined to find what's wrong quick and get into the rally. Now at day 66, I woke up very early in the morning because of Drunkman. He called me and wanted to get back home. So I got up and got him back safely. And then I went back home. I loaded up some Killy and instantly went back to Drunkman to sell him his batch. Then I parked my car on the dyno at Fleetari's. Let's see what's really up with this thing and what we can do to reach this thing's limits. The funniest part is that as soon as I put it in neutral, the car died. 78 damn horsepower. Well, keep in mind the other reading I got the last time we ran the dyno was around 100 horsepower. Now, we're even lower. So we have proof that the car is not running very well. And now, out goes the ratchet set. First, twist the screws all the way to the left and then scroll up 7 clicks. Now repeat that 7 more times on the other valves. Unscrew the screw holding the distributor in place, scroll down until the distributor doesn't move, and then scroll up precisely 27 times. Congratulations! You have done something I should have done many days ago. Let's test if this really worked. Our engine seems to be working overtime now. That's a very good sign. I can feel it gaining speed much faster than before. Was this really it? Are we going to have a properly tuned Satsuma now? Let's see the results. $115 HP, over 30 horsepower gained just by a tune. Now, we're ready for the rally, quite ironically, on day 69. Is what I would have said if I didn't receive this letter. If we're lucky though, we might be able to compete in the rally without getting an inspection done. Every time this letter appears in your mailbox, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to get the Satsuma inspected now, but you will have to in a maximum of 7 days. Hopefully, my 7 days haven't passed yet and I still can compete in the rally. Day 67, I woke up and went to pick up Drunkman again. Here in these dead roads, I can instantly feel the power this thing has when you floor it. When I left Drunkman, my fuel pump started to give up, so I had to go to Fleetarian as fast as possible and replace it on the spot. Right across the street is where I left the Gifu, and now I had a job there, so I emptied out their crap. A little further up, there was another guy waiting for me to show up and clean his sewage tank. Is that what that's called? A sewage well, maybe? When I went back home, I decided to check on the condition of my tires. Everything seemed great, so I moved on. Today, I decided to get a new alternator, so I went to Fleetari, got my alternator off, got the new one and mounted it in my car. Then, something that really could not have happened to me right now, happened. What's happening here is called clutch slip. Do you know what that means? Let me explain what the clutch is to you really quickly. A clutch is basically the middleman of the engine and the transmission. When the clutch is depressed, the engine keeps spinning but outputs none of its power to the wheels. When the clutch is connected, the engine can output all of its power to the wheels unless there is clutch slip. And to fix that, we need to pull the whole engine out of the car, take the gearbox apart, then take the clutch assembly apart, put it all back together, and only then will the car be fixed. Everything is fixed, and now we're ready to go to the rally, right? Well, all the time we've lost was crucial to get everything set up. I needed to get the van to town and then come back home to get the Satsuma set up. But, well, all that time we've lost, we can't do that anymore. So, I slept and woke up after the rally started. So now, we have to wait until next week. But I don't want any of that to let me down. I wanted to make the Satsuma even faster, so this week is going to be focused purely on making some more money and getting the race carburetor. So without wasting any more time, I got right into it. I went to Drunkman, sold him his Kirliu, and then I went to Tamos to buy some ingredients for Kirliu and make more. The last 70 days have led up to this moment. This is how I came out in first place in the rally race. I spent this day tidying up everything, organizing my food stash, and now I'll just hang around till the time to go to the dance pavilion is here. We're finally here. After me procrastinating every Saturday, I now am here, ready to fight the guy that's got the watch. Let's see who's better at this. Well, the watch is now mine. Now, let's just sit here for a second and we'll go home. If this thing dies in the next rally, I am cutting this short. The Satsuma has the same issue again. It decided it wanted to stall again by itself. It's so irritating, but it's good that we're getting the problems now and not later in the rally. As you can see, I'm adjusting every valve again, but it fixed nothing this time. Then I headed to Fleet Iron with the tractor to grab the Gifu and head to Tamo's. Well, that was a long day. Now, let's go back home and I possibly have a fix for the Satsuma. See, there probably is an issue with the spark plugs. Not good spark, fuel mixture doesn't go boom, car stalls. Simple as that. So, let's swap out the spark plugs and let's see how the car does. Perfect. The car runs and it doesn't die. Next step now is to remove all illegal parts from the car so we can pass the inspection. 100 days in my summer car, one of the most annoying games in all of gaming's history, is something that has changed my YouTube path, you know? After 300, well, total 400,000 views in my channel, it's honestly amazing to see all of your support. Everything, all your subs, all your comments, all the good words you've said. And now that I've grown such an audience of around 4,500 people that are subscribed to my channel currently, I just wanted to say that I'm not doing this all just for the money. Of course it does help to sustain myself and put it back into my YouTube creation. It's also for the entertainment. I love doing this. And while this episode is being premiered, just so you know, I'm going to be live on YouTube just to celebrate our 1,000 subs, which has been like a few months ago and I still haven't done anything. Anyways, I hope to see you in the stream. We will probably not be playing My Summer Car, we'll be playing something random because, well, I don't really want all my content to be just car games, and I hope to see you there. Enjoy the rest of the video. Almost everything is changed. Now we need to just change the steering wheel and we're good to go for an inspection. I wonder who this could be. Well, maybe we could help our drunk man a little bit, but right now I've got some more important business to deal with. Now we're in the town and then headed to the inspection shop to get my inspection.
mica cazzo super.
So now that I've changed everything back to rally spec, I need to also change my wheels. All I did afterwards is go home for the day. And then literally the only thing I did is just sit. here, AFK. I forgot to press the record button here on day 74, but that was only a couple minutes. All I did was install the Riley steering wheel and then go to Tamo's for some groceries. We now have everything required for the rally. It is time we attempt to beat it. When 10 AM struck, I went to the start of the rally. I really wasn't ready for what I was about to do. But then, after hours and hours and hours of racing against time, there was this run. Now I have 5 minutes to get to the parking area in town to check my time. Yes! 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 Oh my god, 550! At 550 I hit! Oh my days! Oh my days! The next day I had to go where I finished the rally on Saturday, because now we are on stage 2, doing the rally backwards. This took me around 7 tries, but I managed to finish it, being very far ahead of second place. As soon as I went to the schoolyard, where I'd receive my prize if I did end up winning the rally, I saw the trophy. So I instantly grabbed it and put it in the Satsuma. I wanted to get my fender flare spoiler back on the Satsuma, and when I did, I saw that the front right bumper had gone missing. I'm going to be transparent with you. I checked on MSC Editor to see where the fender was, because I had the fender flare spoiler clipped through a building one day, and I couldn't find it without looking in MSC Editor. So instead of going through the hassle again, I just looked in MSC Editor. Anyways, I ended up locating it, and now I want to celebrate our first place back at home.
Ai, ai, ai.
Hei, olen Teimo.
Hey Damo, what's up brother?
Kuulin, että voitit rallin ja halusin onnitella sinua.
Thank you man. Yeah, it took me a while but yeah, I pulled it off.
Mutta soitin eri syystä.
Go on, I'm listening. You need any help?
Jani on kaupassa ja on iso vittu. Uhkasin soittaa sinulle, koska poliisi ei aio tehdä mitään, mutta hän nauroi. Tule näyttämään hänelle, kuka todella olet.
Listen, I've got stuff to do, but I'll come deal with him when he's back and I have time. Well. I wanted to put the trophy somewhere safe, somewhere where I wouldn't touch it, but it'd still be visible. So I put it in the living room. And then I got a drink for beer. I mean, a deer for brink. A beer for drink. What? While I was going back to town with the moped to get the van back, a wasp hit my helmet and exploded. When I went into town, it was late, and I wanted to also refuel the Hayashiko. So I just slept there till Tame opened the shop. And also did a few drifts.
Tule näyttämään hänelle, kuka todella olet.
I can't kill him. I'm going to be put in jail if I do. But we can't make it seem like an accident. If you're watching this far into the vid, some little bird is telling me that you might be enjoying it. But it told me something even better. You're going to scroll down below this vid and type something like, I don't know, I'm just a chill guy who likes your vids. And then you're going to see the subscribe button lights up and your brain will be excited from the colors, so instinctively, you're going to explode it. Enable notice as well, to never miss my yearly uploads. I moved everything to Junkman's house, but this shithead isn't giving me anything. Apparently, I need to grab his plastic stuff as well, so back there we go. He also wants Killy, so we can still sell it to him, but the downside is that he's all the way in town now. I also got a few packages because it's required to finish the game. Don't harass me for getting a leopard seat, dashboard and steering wheel cover. I don't want it either. Trust me. Oh, I forgot to mention that I installed the sound system as well. This looks absolutely hideous, but I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. I spent the rest of day 82 tidying up everything because I really didn't have much else to do. Now on day 83, I sold 8 bottles of Killy to Junkman, but he made me drink 2 of them. Now I'm 1000 marks up, but I also am pissed drunk. We're back home now. I didn't have much to do again, so I just sat there looking out of the window, thinking of my next steps. I looked in the map, maybe I could do something that interests me. I would have gone and got Grandma some groceries, but Teemo is closed today, and so is everyone else. The thought of this series slowly ending is setting in now. But I still have to get revenge on Yanni. You just wait. I decided to take the Satsuma out for a drive, since this would be one of the last times I would do that. But of course, this is my summer car. I drove for literally 3 minutes, and it started to die. Again. I love this game. Anyways, I went to town to sell some more Killy to Junkman, since he's always willing to pay for some alcohol. I then went to chop some firewood because the firewood guy had called me. Now on day 85, I went to deliver and sell the firewood. When I got back home, I wanted to find out why the Satsuma stalled so much. I remember back in one of the previous episodes, it stalled because 2 of the pistons were pretty worn out. But oh boy, I was going to be very surprised with what I'd see now. All the pistons are shot. I shouldn't be surprised considering the performance and stability of the car before I tore apart the engine, but yet I am. So now let's go and get a head gasket and 4 pistons. Everything should be fixed, so I took it out for a test drive. Day 86, I decided to sell some Killy to Drunkman, but I got caught by the police. The reason wasn't for speeding, but rather for not wearing my seatbelt. By the way, I forgot to mention that I filled up the diesel canister so I can refuel the van. Then I emptied out my grocery bag and filled up some juice bottles with Killy. You know, after all this, I just want to go out and enjoy the Satsuma for my own. Not for the rally, not for any racing, but just for me. I just want to drive it. Never mind, f the Satsuma and f this engine. I also wanted to just change the twin carbs to the race carb. I know the race carburetor damages the engine faster, but let's be fair, there's not much time left anyways. Now, I'm going to Teimo's. Hopefully, I can find Yanni there and challenge him to a race. Yes, Yanni, it's my time to shine. Well, Yanni, I think your time is up. But don't worry, I'll care for your girl. Now that Suski is resting, my clutch needs some attention. So let's pull the engine out. Day 88, I completely forgot about Suski and went to grab a new clutch. Real mechanic shit if you ask me. Anyways, when I came back home, I checked the bed and what do you know, there was a note there. Calling me a nice dude. Damn. Then, like the real mechanic I am, I installed the clutch plate I just bought in the Satsuma. After that, I went to fill it up and buy some chips. Day 89, I went to Suski's house to pick her up for a date. We drove around the highway for a while and at some point, she asked me to go to the dance pavilion with her, so that's what we did. She wanted to drink with me, so I thought it'd be a good idea. I drank some booze and beer with her, but at some point, I passed out. So I appeared back in my house and slept till the dawn of day 90. I basically couldn't do anything because I was hungover, so I just stood there. And at some point, I went to get my Satsuma back. Then I just sat down on the couch, relaxing and taking life in. All the things I've done in the past 90 days. How I started out, making my Satsuma, painting it, upgrading it, and all that good stuff. So I wanted to take the Sunday off. I deserve this at least. Suski is pregnant. My life is over. I need to take care of her now. I don't think I'll have enough time or money for the Satsuma now. I enjoyed the time with you, little 1-liter engine. The next 10 days, I gathered all my stuff to move somewhere else with Suski and returned the Satsuma back to its stock condition. Since now, reliability is more important than performance.